Everybody. So, man, my background is in sales and marketing. So, I always get calls from people asking me questions. And the question I've been getting lately since 2025 has started is why haven't I made sales in the last month? And that just led me to say, you know what? I got to start creating some content and making videos to answer some of these questions that people give me. So, my very first point in why you haven't made sales in the last month is because the honeymoon phase is over, right? Let's think about this. You start a business or you create a product, and typically one or two things happen for most of us. I'm not talking about everybody, but most of us experience this. And what we experience is either we get lucky and we find a buyer that buys so much of our product that we are pow, we grow too fast out the gate, we are doing well. Or our family and friends support us to the point where pow, we think we have a successful, sustainable product. And then the honeymoon phase is over because they can only support you to an extent, or now the buyer has bought your inventory and that's gone, right? So, where's the next thing coming from? And most of us get stuck in that phase where we can't figure out after the honeymoon phase is over what to do. And the reason is because you don't have a strategy. And I know it sounds cliche, but strategy is everything. And then also marketing is everything because you without marketing you can't have sales. Sales and marketing go hand in hand. And if you think about it, plenty of times you get calls or plenty of time you go into stores or you go to farmers markets and all that stuff and somebody's telling you about how great a product is and you say what's it called or what does this do, and it's because you don't know about it. So right there in that exchange they have to market to you, they have to sell to you, they have to tell you about the product. And yeah, that's where we are. You don't have sales in the last month because the honeymoon phase is over, the luck is over, the buyer bought your stuff and that's over, or the family and friends have stopped progressing and investing in you because they've done all that they can do. So let's pause right there and really think about this. After that happens, what do you do next? What do you do? Think about it. There's no sales coming in. You can't ask your friend or your family member to repost again. The buyer already told you what it was, and they may have moved on, or it may have been a one-time purchase. So, what do you do in that phase where you're stuck? Like, how do you really, really, really figure that out? And I would say you have to find new believers, right? You got to find new believers in your product to the point where you can say, hey, you know what? I got a solution for you. I got, I hope y'all ain't see. Oh, okay, that's cool. I got this solution for you. You know what I'm saying? I know you've been looking for a phone case that don't break or keep your phone protected. I got this solution for you. And I'm being facetious, but what I'm saying is you got to find new believers in your product. But here's the thing. This is the toughest part in this middle journey when the honeymoon phase is over. You also have to reset your mind and kind of have a little bit of ego death because you can't sell to these new believers on your old resume. You can't say, yo, my family bought 200 units or my family and friends bought 300 units or my family and friends love this product. You can't go to these new believers and say, oh, you know what? The buyer at Walmart loves this product, or I was in such and such store down the street that's ran by this celebrity and they've been rocking with me since day one. They're not going to care about that. They're new believers. So, as a new believer, you have to show them that they are to be that they are to be believed in. That's the tongue twister, but you have to show them you believe in them so that they can be a believer of yours, right? What's that saying? What's that saying? People say people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. That's the same concept with new believers. And here's the thing, you can't just treat them in the same way you treated everybody else. You can't just send them a message and expect them to jump like you did your family. It's not going to just be some formal presentation like you did with the buyer who you may have had a connection to. You're going to actually have to get immersed in their culture. You're going to have to be involved in their communities. You can't just say, oh, I'm going to turn my marketing spend or give some money to an ad agency and see what happens. No, you're going to have to really figure out as these new believers, uh, as you're targeting these new believers, how am I going to how am I going to cater to them? How am I going to provide them value? What content, what story am I going to give to them that entertains them and educates them in a way where they now see value in what I do? Matter of fact, I have a good example. There's this, I think it's a boom boom stick or something. Look it up. But a friend of mine sent me some content from TikTok, and the thing that the TikTok influencer started with was a video of Dana White, and he's talking about his health journey and how he had a CPAP machine and blah blah skip, and he wasn't able to sleep at night, and he was congested and all these things. And so their hook was showing you, hey, there's a person who's going through this and who's been through this, and all these doctors and stuff, you can't trust them. What you need is something to clear your nose to help you sleep. And then they showed Shark Tank and the Boom Boom Stick and all that. And then the guy really got into the idea of, yo, you have to try this. This is the thing that we all have been needing. Don't trust big pharma, all that type of stuff, right? But he actually walked through that journey by showing the new believers that he understood that journey. You know what I'm saying? Or understood their story or understood their pain. Even if he didn't personally go through it, he showed someone who was going through it, which was Dana White. And Dana White was a big enough hook, even though he wasn't co-signing their product. They used Dana White's interview to tell their story. So you got to really start understanding and immersing yourself in their culture. And then not only did they use Dana White, but they went to TikTok and went into TikTok and created a format of a quality piece of content the way the TikTok audience and users that they're catering to for those new believers that they would be attracted to. So that's the real tough part about it is you may be somebody who's worked at a corporate company, like some of my friends work at all these top places, and then even now and then if I'm applying for a job, I boast about my resume, say, hey, I've worked at a Fortune 50 company, I've worked at a tech company. So you may be somebody with this awesome resume, and you may have done really good things in marketing. I need my coffee. Or you may have had some really good sales, or you may be really great at what you do at your 9 to 5, but in this small business, you got to retrain your brain to say, I'm talking to these people. It's not B2B, and it's not B2C on the backs of a business that has already existed before I was there, and it's not marketing based on dollars that aren't mine. This is my money, my business, my journey. I need to come down and figure everything out. And that's really what it is. You got to find new believers. So how do you find new believers? You get into these platforms, you get into these forums, and you get into their communities. And whichever category of believers you're looking for that you want to target and market to, learn their language, learn what they're doing in these communities, learn what they like, and use that to help craft your story to talk about the solution you're providing to their problem. That's what you do. And market to them in the spaces they want it to be marketed to. Don't just be comfortable on Facebook because that's where you think you should go and all the ad agencies tell you to go there. Your audience as a small business, you may have to go to the county fairs or start out at a small boutique shop or coffee shop in your neighborhood, or do some guerrilla marketing and go to a bunch of events. And yeah, what's those like those Friday night fairs or farmers markets? You may have to start there, or you may have to give some product away for free. You got to really market. But again, do this with a strategy. Don't just do it because I'm saying it. Create a strategy around it and know where your end is. So yeah, find some new believers, man. The honeymoon phase is over. It's all right though. After the honeymoon phase is the middle. So embrace the mid. Embrace the middle of this journey. It'll be okay. You can get through it. You can do it. I am Brian Taylor, and I hope you like this. I'm going to keep putting out videos, and I'm going to keep talking about these questions people have. And I'm going to have another answer to this question because I have different perspectives on why you haven't made sales in the last month. Because, of course, everybody is at a different stage or a different place in their business. So I'll put out a couple of different ideas. If you have any questions you'd like me to answer, put it in the comments, and let's talk about it. Peace.